So you've had a lot of intense conversations on Jerry. What do you appreciate most about Joe as a human being, as a conversation partner?
I can't overstate how much I love Joe and how much I admire him.
Not as much as Ron Paul. Just let's be clear. There's like a hierarchy here. Is Ron?
He's close,
Wow!
man.
Holy shit!
They're both like there's like very
That
few.
means a lot coming
Well,
from you.
there's Ron Paul and Joe Rogan. Those are like my generals. Like, and
Yeah.
I'm a
Your
soldier,
Mount
and
Rushmore.
those are my guys. Like, if Joe Rogan pointed to some guy and said, "You got to go fight that guy right now," I'd be like, "All right, I got to go fight that guy." Or what, Ron Paul too. I just think it's both very personally for me. Like Ron Paul like introduced me to like a set of ideas that like changed my life, and I'm just enormously grateful for that. Joe Rogan was like, I was a huge Joe Rogan fan before the Joe Rogan Experience. Like, I'm an old school Joe Rogan head. I used to go on joerogan.net when
Holy
websites used
shit!
to
So
end with
before
that.
Jerry, before like whatever it
Before
is,
everything,
2003.
I remember. I was a fan of his before he confronted Carlos Mencia, and the day he confronted Carlos Mencia, I watched the video on his website and was like, "Oh shit, Joe Rogan called him out, dude! This is the craziest thing ever." And then when I was a fan that like when he started the podcast, I remember going, "This is going to be big because he's going to be so good at this because he's got so much interesting shit to say."
Interesting.
And I didn't realize it was going to be quite what it became, but I did think like, oh, this is going to be an awesome thing. And then, so there's like that. So like, I always really admired him and I was always a huge fan of his. And then he literally, not only did he like change my life, but he changed like all of my friends' lives. Like, it's like a very weird situation. Like, he's the Santa Claus of my world. Like, he's literally just, and there was something like, I don't know, man. He's just a very like genuine person, and I think he really um derives a lot of pleasure out of the fact that he gets to help
Mhm.
the people he sees as like the good guys, like the guys worth helping. And I just think that's like such an unbelievable thing. The first time Rogan had me on his podcast was, I believe, in 2016, and I might have had like 5,000 followers or something like that. Like, I was real completely unknown, and like it was like I did nothing for him. It was just the fact that he heard me on Ari's show and he was like, "Oh, I like what this guy's got to say. I think this is cool. Like, let's talk about it." And yeah, I mean, he's just like, like he's just been such a great guy to me. And at every little angle, like everything, you open for him, he takes care of you better than anybody else does. You'd work his club pays better than anybody else does. Like just everything is always like he's always great to the people who are around him. And again, like it's just hard to again, I have a wife, I have two little kids. Like, he's put me in a situation where I can like provide a great life for them. And like, don't get me wrong, I mean, like, I did something with the opportunity. It's not like he just gave me, like, it's like he gave me the opportunity and I did something with it. But still, I mean, he didn't have to give me that opportunity. And I will go to my grave being enormously grateful for his friendship and his the platform that he's given me. And also just, he is like, and I try not to abuse this, but there's been like a few points like over the years where I was like, I really need advice on this. And I've gone to him and he's been like the absolute best at literally every single time. I've followed it a few times. A few times I didn't follow his advice and I really regret not following his advice, but he was the absolute best like guy to be like, all right, let's talk about this. Which, and the last thing I'll say is that it was freaking crazy. Is that because he's like, got more shit going on than anybody else in the world and is still very interested to take time out to like discuss something that I'm asking him about, which is a really, really great quality.
Yeah, always takes a phone call. Yeah, you're right about the advice. His advice is spot on, and it's often the ones for me personally. What's needed is like he's been through so many fires
Yeah.
that he's really good at like making you feel like don't fucking worry about it.
Yeah.
Just like move on. It's the don't read the comments thing, but generally,
Yeah. That's right.
yeah, just like fuck it. And he has that whole vibe, which kind of looks. effortless, but I think when you look at it serious, especially in contrast with journalists, there's a fearlessness there.
100%.
Like
Yeah.
that not giving a fuck. I mean, he says it's like fuck because of fuck you money or any of that. I don't think so. I think it's
It's
built
more
in.
than that.
It's more.
I mean, I'm sure that's a component of it, but there's people who have that who still don't have this
A lot.
fearlessness. Yeah.
Most people
Yeah.
who have money,
Yeah.
a lot of money, are actually become more scared.
Yeah.
Because they like the comfort of just like normal life. Because when you're taking risks, you're gonna pay for it even if you have money, not just financially. Just like it's gonna hurt. It's gonna disturb your life. It's gonna create turbulence. Yeah, the guy is fearless and follows just his genuine curiosity. It's like an inspiration to me, friendships aside, just inspiration of how great of a conversationalist he is. And not, he legitimately didn't give a fuck if like if he talks to any of the presidential candidates or not, if he'll just talk to friends. Just
Yeah.
because he wants to. And there's no like clickbaitiness to it. There's no like giving a shit about views or likes
Yeah,
or
and
any of that.
during the COVID stuff, man, I mean, he was like interviewing Dr. McCullough and who's the other one? Malone, Dr. Malone, and had Bobby Kennedy, all these people. Like at this time when it was like so, and he's had it with me before too, like talking about Ukraine and Israel, like at the times when it's really white hot, you know what I mean? And like there's this huge penalty on not going along with the regime's talking points. And he's like, it's really hard to overstate it. I mean, there was there used to be nothing like this.
Mhm.
It used to be that if CNN and Fox News agreed, well, then that was it. That was the line now. And now we got the biggest show in the country will actually allow the other perspective on and allow people to like challenge the regime. I think it's been historic.